comes in, then it's difficult for me to talk in Malayalam. Okay. Good morning, everybody. Today we are going to have three sections, three portions that we will be completing. The first one is oral and written communication. In oral and written communication, is basically, we know that communication is a skill, and we know that communication is very important. Now, the way that you need to communicate with people, the way that you need to communicate with teachers is specifically important, especially when you are going for a job. So there are two things that you really need. You need an oral and written communication. You need to speak well. You also need to write well. So if you have strong oral communications, you will be able to share your ideas and feelings. If you can talk as a, let's say, public speaker, it will be even better. But a public speaker means you will need confidence and eloquence. So employers, during your final year, there will be some placement recruitment drive. Companies will be coming here and they will want to employ you for some job. So first thing that they want to know is whether you can speak well, whether you can write well, whether you can persuade other people to, in certain things, and whether you can negotiate. These are certain skills that employers generally look for. So communication is something that we all need to do. So in communication, college students need to communicate very well. And if these are certain areas that you can look into. Marketing and communication. Most of the marketing jobs require you to talk. So you have to speak out. If you're let's say you're marketing, let's say a car, then you have to speak about the advantages of the car. You have to speak about the facilities in that car and so many things that you need to do. So this sort of communication is very important. In advertising also. Advertising communication is so important because it has to communicate from one person to another. Psychology, when a person is depressed, when you talk to the person person becomes soothing and the person is more happy. That psychological level, the way that you have communicated has transformed the person psychologically. So this is a wonderful way of speaking. You speaking in a psychological manner and trying to convince the person that and making the person better. Same as social work. Already some of you in this class, you're doing social work. You've maybe gone for social work also. There also, you need a lot of communication. Of course, now your communication might be in Malayalam, but you will also have to change it to English. Because when you go to another state, the common language will not be Malayalam. You will have to either speak in the national language, maybe Hindi, but or maybe if you're going into Andhra, you might have to go into Telugu or Tamil Nadu, Tamil and things like that. But one thing is very clear, that the common link language would be English. So even in social work, event planning, event management, human resources, selecting people, teaching, law, for all these things, communication is very important. That is what you call oral, speaking it out. Oral and verbal communications are excellent, and people who can even speak a different language, suppose you can speak Hindi well, suppose you can speak Telugu well, then you have an additional advantage. Or suppose you can speak German or French well, then again you have an additional advantage. But for written communication, your experience would be more of writing and peer editing. Peer editing means you will be editing maybe an article written by another person, or blogging, or search engine optimization, SEO. The Google searches, when you type a particular keyword in the browser, you can see the different combinations coming up, and this is what you call SEO, search engine optimization. Now this demands a lot of skill. Same way, teaching also you need to write notes. Of course, nowadays notes are being written in computer form through the keyboard. Tutoring also would require lots of writing and translating also. So all these things involve written communication. And public speaking, debate, mediation, all these are oral communication. So the way you speak, oral, and the way you write has a definite influence, and your employers will be looking for this during the recruitment time. So it is very important that you learn oral and written communication. Thank you.